Good afternoon. I subscribe to a gentleman called John Kelly. I think a lot of us do. He's been on many different publications and court TVs and different things, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, just talk a short few minutes about another reason why we see these novice sleuths online behaving the way that they do. It's because we have professionals on here doing the same thing. And so when you're not a professional, but you see a professional doing something that you find interesting or that you would like to emulate or imitate or whatever, it becomes very hard for the John Q layman, the John Q citizenry to adhere to any sort of unbiased when you watch professionals do it. And it's really, it's disgruntling, but that's kind of, that's the nature of the beast as well, because, in order to stay relevant, and, you watch so many channels say, please like, share, subscribe. My Cash App is in the description. Like, all that's cool. I mean, it's within the boundary and the intent in which YouTube was designed, I suppose, but I don't know. Like, I don't ask a lot of people. I don't say a lot like subscribe, like, share. Like, that's not really my lingo, not that I've never said it, but it's not my regular everyday lingo. So, when you have these now I will tell you, Profiling Evil with Mr. Mike, I dig his stuff. He's a pretty straight shooter. I see, though, with all the channels, that when you try to cover other things, you don't get the turnout as the hottest specific case in the moment. Or unless you find that niche of several cases where there's a lot of interactions going on. But I see Mr. Mike try to cover other things last night or different nights, and it just doesn't get the attention. So that draw in itself, the fact that you're trying to maintain a YouTube channel that's monetized and you're trying to keep your opinion in the forefront and fresh, that you would fall subject to, unbiased material. Now, I've had people say, Benny, you're biased. You're completely biased. You think the family is innocent. And you know what? That's the American bias, right? In America, you are supposed to presume innocence until guilt. And when you start mixing money and you start mixing different dynamics of life into these cases with technology, what you have is this sort of turnout, where even the professionals find it difficult to adhere to the sort of unbiased normalcy that the judiciary system it demands, right? It demands that. So, I don't know. I know that some of these professionals could be what you would call paid expert witnesses, and so really being biased doesn't bother their marketplace. They're still ascertainable in that way. So, I think that if we want to change the true crime community, it's imperative that the professionals in our community adhere to, the American dream, at least the criminal's American dream, right? Like, this very community is the reason why a lot of you have jobs, why a lot of you have income on YouTube. So I think that you owe it to yourself and to the community of people and moreover than all, the victims, you owe it to them to be as precise, sharp instrument that you can be. I saw the profiler, 23-minute video. He wanted to talk about the angles that could play you. And unfortunately, he only talked about anything random for about 3-4 minutes. The other 19 minutes were having to do with various angles, very specific descriptive angles about the wells. And then he would preface them and finish them by saying, now, I'm not trying to make them guilty. That's like saying, no offense, but fuck you. So fuck you, man.